Multi-factor authentication approach. A multi-factor authentication method relies on either multiple biometrics or biometrics in conjunction with smart cards and pins in order to reduce the likelihood of an imposter being authenticated. One aspect according to this work provides a multi-factor authentication method including the steps of acquiring a primary signature of a primary signature source of a subject to be authenticated, acquiring a secondary signature source of the subject, using the primary signature to determine the unique identity of the primary signature source, and using the secondary signature to verify that the subject to be authenticated belongs to a predetermined class of objects. Here, the primary source is a non-spectrometric biometric signature of a biometric signature source of the subject to be authenticated, and the secondary source is a spectral information of the biometric, primary, signature source, wherein the non-spectrometric biometric signature is used for determining the unique identity of the biometric signature source, and the spectral information for verifying that the subject to be authenticated is an authentic living human being. Here, the multi-factor authentication method may further include the steps of registering a non-spectrometric biometric signature of a biometric signature source of a subject to be authenticated, and registering spectral information of the biometric signature source, and in the step of using the non-spectrometric biometric signature to determine the unique identity of the biometric signature source. The acquired non-spectrometric biometric signature may be compared with a registered non-spectrometric biometric signature to determine the unique identity of the biometric signature source, and in the step of using the spectral information to verify that the subject to be authenticated belongs to the predetermined class of objects. The acquired spectral information may be compared with the registered spectral information to verify that the subject to be authenticated belongs to a predetermined class of objects. Here, a non-spectrometric biometric signature refers to an image, pattern, set of geometrical parameters, or other form of biological trait data obtained by an existing biometrics technology. Thus for example, the subject to be authenticated may be a person, and with this example, the predetermined class of objects may be living human beings with predetermined spectral characteristics. The biometric signature source may be a fingertip, the non-spectrometric biometric signature may be a fingerprint image of the fingertip, and the spectral information of the biometric signature source may be a diffuse reflectance spectrum of the fingertip. That is, with this example, first, a fingerprint image of a person's fingertip is registered and a diffuse reflectance spectrum of the person's same fingertip is registered. Thereafter, a fingerprint image of a fingertip of a person, who is to be authenticated, is acquired, and a diffuse reflectance spectrum of this person's same fingertip is acquired. The acquired fingerprint image is then compared with the registered fingerprint image to determine the unique identity of the person, in other words, to determine that the fingerprint is that of the person to be authenticated, that is, the person whose fingerprint had been registered in advance and not that of anybody else, and the acquired diffuse reflectance spectrum of the fingertip is compared with the registered reflectance spectrum to verify that the person is actually a living human body with a predetermined spectral characteristics.